Guild Wars. It is a franchise I've been playing for a very long time, or at least I should say Guild Wars 2 I've been playing for a very long time. I have not really played Guild Wars 1, so to speak. So I decided, from being a long-term Guild Wars 2 player, to finally check out Guild Wars 1 and see what the hype was really all about. Or at least back in the day, that at least garnered ArenaNet as much attention to at least make Guild Wars 2. So, starting out, as you can see, there are a ton of classes you could choose from. There's Warrior, Ranger, Monk, Necromancer, Mesmer, and the Elementalist. Tons of different playstyles, tons of different ones. I kind of wanted to stay closer to the action, so I decided that the best thing for me to be was a warrior. Jumping into the character creation screen, it is a pretty basic character creation screen. Nothing too crazy. It's just enough to give you a little bit of customization, but overall it's nothing too crazy, as I feel like you're not really going to be focusing too much on your character's appearance, but probably your armor. At least that's what I think. I decided to name my character something I've been using for quite a while, and then I decided to give them a family name, and which is a family name I have in Guild Wars 2. So I'm deciding to carry on my character. Starting out, the game gives me a little intro cutscene talking about the game. I did record this incorrectly, and hopefully I will have it fixed for you guys next time. But in short, the game is telling us about how the world is at war with the humans and the Charr, which is the enemy race that we are soon to be dealing with. And from Guild Wars 2, they are a playable race, and in Guild Wars 1, they are the enemy. So what is happening is there is a war on humans, and right here is the king. King Adalburn is his name, and there is just a war going on, and we need to kind of help resolve the war, it seems. One thing I can definitely say right now is these cutscenes are very well
One
put
thing I
together,
can definitely say
is the one that I can see so far. And the story itself, I know this is just the beginning, and it's not really a lot to go off of, but so far it is a very basic story of a kingdom at war, but I'm curious to see how much the story opens up and what we get. But whenever we do actually get into the game drops us off right here, kind of in the middle of what I would like to call town, basically. So here we are. This is what the game looks like whenever you first drop in. It's honestly not that bad. The game looks pretty. There's my character, the movement. You can move with WASD. You can move by clicking around. There's a lot going on, but it definitely has a certain level of just beauty to it. But right now, it's just me trying to figure out what is kind of going on with the game. There's a lot of different options, a lot of different inventory screens. There is a lot to kind of unfold whenever you are playing an MMO. Here, all it's saying is, hey, you've got a good set of skills. Why don't we do a quest, and maybe I could show you a thing or two. That's all this town crier is really basically doing. He's trying to get me to go to another guy named Sir Titus these are basically the intro level quests that I kind of came and kind of expected right out the gate. I mean, the game has to teach you something. So, turning around here though, I ended up seeing this beautiful city just straight out the rip, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is what this game has to offer. And despite, it being an older game, here's Sir Titus. He's just saying, hey, welcome. Hey, I have a small task that I need you to do right outside the gate in the Lakeside County. Talk to this guy. He can tell you a thing or two. But yeah, just walking down this road right here, you can really just kind of see how alive this world really is. And not only that, but just kind of see how beautiful it is. Like, look at all these characters. Look, these people, these players, the outfits, the look. I don't even know what that weird glowing thing is. What is that? I don't even know. But then who's that green dude on the left? What is this giant freaking robot looking thing? And then there's a Charr guy there. I thought we were fighting Charr. There's a lot going on here, and most of the stuff is probably player character things. But nonetheless, it is good to kind of see a world being so alive. Like, it's not something that you typically see. But after looking around and everything, I kind of get my bearings a little bit of where I really need to go, and I head outside of the gates. And then I meet that Van the Warrior guy that the town crier told me to. And he's basically like, hey, there is some scale. We have a scale problem. Can you go take care of them? As well as, hey, I need you to talk to someone named Devona. She is bound to have a task for you. So I'm like, okay, I will go talk to these people. So moving on, I am just kind of moseying down the road, and I end up seeing this random person kind of just walking down. I'm like, oh wow, this world kind of is alive, and just seeing the world in all of its beauty. I mean, look at this. This is not something I expected from a game this old and from a game at all. I mean, this is truly something to marvel at. Like, the graphics, how the game runs, how the game plays. It's something that I feel like should be talked about a lot more. But then here's Devona. She basically gives me another quest of just a simple thing of helping out the simple village. So I'm gonna be trying to take care of that. Here is another quest, very similar, just helping out the townspeople. I figured I'd sit there and showcase a little bit of some of the quests. But right here is whenever you finally get to an explorable area. So explorable areas are your actual bread and butter of the game. That is where you go out into the world and fight. Here, yet again, this beautiful, lovely patch of a road and wilderness. And here's another lady I saw walking, and I saw a monster just roaming around, and I was like, this feels alive. Let me kind of just take out this monster that's just kind of terrorizing the road. Yeah, it didn't really accomplish anything other than me killing a monster and getting some experience, but it did make me want to kind of kill the monster for the sense of the immersion. And here Armin lets us know that the king himself, King Adalbern, has ordered the offensive against the Charr, and we must not lose the fight. And then on top of that, Armin also tells me that I need to get a second profession in order for me to become stronger. So what I do is try to finish up some side quests. I go to the Catacombs. I meet this guy who I need to apparently get a relic for and transport to protect him, as well as this nice looking necromancer lady. She gives me a quest of, well, doing something kind of silly, but I decide to do it because why not? I like helping quests, and I like Necromancer Lady. Why not? She seems interesting, and experience is nice. So, why not? I'll end up doing it. So, moving on, I end up going into the Catacombs itself. Here's the guy that I am supposed to be defending and protecting. We finally make it to the end. Honestly, it was kind of no problem at all. I didn't understand what the problem was, so we decided to just head out. Me being oblivious of everything, because the world can only be so simple until eventually I, well, die and bite dust. And I have no idea why, until eventually I found out that this water that I've been mucking through is poisonous. So I run through the entire thing hoping that I could make it back to him in time before he dies, and guess what? I don't. So I end up having to leave, run back out, run back in, run through the entire thing again, and voila, there I am making it out of the Catacombs alive with the relic and with him intact. I then go back to Ashford Abbey, where I got this quest, where I got Brother Menlo, who gave me my second profession here, in which I can now double class into being a monk, which works for me because I wanted to be a up close person, and I was okay with just being a warrior, but a warrior monk seems like, well, kind of the best combination I could probably do for myself right now. Now going to talk back with Armin. Armin is basically saying, hey, now that you have your second profession, that is awesome. I know it was a hard decision. Now, whenever you're ready, just go talk to Sir Titus and we can get going. I was like, all right. So going forward, we see, as I am exploring, this nice little statue. I was mesmerized by this. Look at this. This is something straight crazy looking. Turns out this is actually a statue, or, well, it's supposed to be a statue of Melandru. And from reading this, it really puts into perspective of kind of the person Melandru is. Melandru is definitely someone of nature and of the earth, and just really wants to protect the land, but is not afraid to sit there and use humans to, well, force them to become their protectors. Eventually, I find a Prince Rurik, who is an absolute legend. He looks badass. He does. I mean, look at this man. He is dripped out in gold armor. He has this amazing looking sword. I mean, there's nothing I can really do or say I feel like I can do to complain about this man. I mean, look at him. He's such a badass. I mean, his aura speaks for himself. And a little bit further, I ended up meeting this person hiding in a corner. Not really sure why, but they seemed like an important character, just kind of out of place. A little bit later, I actually go do Prince Rorik's quest to go help him fight the warband of Charr, and I go there and die by myself. Turns out I had to go and talk to him, and he would come and help me fight like a true Chad. And he would come there with a bunch of his own people, and we would come and, well, kick all of the Charr's asses. And that is exactly what we did. We went there, we took them all out, and yeah, it was a lot easier knowing I was supposed to talk to him, and I had no idea that I was supposed to talk to him. I don't know if it said it in the quest and I completely missed it, but I was supposed to talk to him. Either way, he basically tells me, thank you for lending aid. You are a good soldier. Eventually, I head back out. I end up talking to the War Master here. He basically tells me that, hey, there's some invaders that have been camping out. I need you to take care of them. And, well, that's an easy task for Callum here. So I end up talking with this person here, and they tell me that, hey, there's this person out there. Can you talk to them? And together, can you two take down these enemies? And, well, I guess I can do that. Eventually, he gives me some tasks or some skills in order to, well, help me complete the mission. And I end up equipping them. And, yeah, I end up going to kill the Grawl invaders. There was quite a bit of them. So, Aaron's one. Bing, bada, boom. There's two. And then we have a third one. I go turn that in, and then here is that one lady that the one monk was telling me to talk to. She says to go meet her outside, so very well, that is exactly what I will do. So I go meet her outside. She is already waiting, and we go on our mini little adventure through the countryside on this monk's quest in order to, well, fight the enemy that has been plaguing these people. So here we are fighting. She actually holds up pretty well for herself. In fact, she actually holds up better than, well, I do, for one, because, well, shocker, I died. And at this point, I'm like, oh man, this mission is over. What's gonna happen? I can see her life bar going down. So I sprint as fast as I humanly can back to the spot, retracing my steps, and lo and behold, bam, there she is, still alive, still kicking, just waiting for me to just show up. I was shocked. I did not believe it. So we end up completing the mission. And here I am, just look at this game. It is absolutely beautiful. And here I meet Duke Barradin. Barradin gives me a mission himself to deal with this giant that's been causing havoc on his lands. Duke Barradin is a interesting person to see because in Guild Wars 2, if you are making a Charr, his ghost is one of the first things that you end up fighting. So it is crazy being a Guild Wars 2 player coming and, well, speaking with the Duke himself. That is something I was not prepared to see, but I was able to actually interact with him and kind of see the world in which he truly existed in, and see how the worlds are kind of connected, which is crazy. So moving on though, after dealing with Duke Barradin, I decided to, well, start the mission. It's time to actually move on with Prince Rurik and fight the Charr. This was a bit interesting dealing with my first mission. I will say the dialogue here ended up going through the chat, which is not something I was expecting. I thought it was going to be voiced, especially since the dialogue cutscene, which I know, I'm sorry guys, I will have all the dialogue and cutscenes hopefully fixed for you guys next time or throughout the series. But all of that was voiced and this was not, so it was a little jarring to kind of get used to. But it was nice to actually still kind of read it and get a story of what is going on. It's a little old-fashioned, but it is an old-fashioned game, and not everything needs to be voice acted. Things can be read. But here we are, pushing through the mission just as Prince Rurik really just wanted us to do. So we're just fighting some Grawl, working our way to go fight a Charr champion who is kind of leading. There he is, that he is leading the enemy. So we need to take him out so that, well, the invasion could possibly be stopped. I die. Shocker. I don't know why the timer is still going down, but it didn't matter. We end up defeating the Charr, and a cutscene kicks in.
It was on that day that the Charr discovered a way around the Great Wall, a way to bring it down. This is where the true story begins.
So that is the cutscene. We talked to Captain Osric here. He says, hey, you probably saw it. This is 2 years later. We need to fight the Charr. The king's not happy. The prince isn't able to make any headway with his father. And Titus, man, Titus, he trusts you, but he doesn't trust anyone else. So this is all 2 years later. That was my raw reaction afterwards to the cutscene. It was a lot. It was a lot, and it's not something I was expecting. So now, instead of that nice, peachy, beautiful landscape, we see this destroyed, dilapidated, what used to be world. Because the world that we know and loved and grew a fondness to no longer exists. Right over there was that gate that we ended up going before starting that mission. Like, this is that whole inner city that was kind of bustling, and now it's destroyed. Look at all of this. This is Ascalon City. Doesn't really look like a city. It looks more like a refuge, if anything. I mean, look at this. It's kind of sad how a city can go from such great, prosperous looks to something like this. And I think ArenaNet did a great job at really showcasing the difference in the world. And now everything's got this whole different look. It almost like before this catastrophe happened, there was like this film on this world. And now afterwards, it's like that film got ripped off, and it's like we see what the world really looked like. But I mean, just look at this. It's beautiful. And here is War Master Titus. He is basically saying that, King Adalbern trusts me. You know why? Because he trusts me, and I trust him, and he knows that together, no one else can beat our trust. But Rurik, he's not the king. He needs to bow down to his father because he knows best. That's basically what Titus is basically saying to us. And of course, he wants us to also deliver a message to Ambassador Zane of Kryta, who has come to offer some relief efforts. And while exploring, I ran into the statue of Balthazar, basically the god of, well, battles. And it says, "For weeks did the battle rage on, and those who had taken up the mantle of war grew weary, and their courage began to falter. Then did Balthazar, god of war and fire, appear to the soldiers, carrying with him a grand sword that did glow with brilliance. It blinded any who looked upon it. When he spoke, his voice was like thunder, and it shook the ground with force. Then sighed he, Lift up thy weapons, for you are my soldiers, and must you be steadfast, strong, and brave of heart. They who neither hesitate nor stumble shall be rewarded. Then shall you have glory, then shall your deeds be remembered for eternity." And then did release from his sword 100,000 flames, which encircled the soldiers, for this was the fire of courage, and forthwith did they follow their god into the battle without fear or hesitation. Thence was the enemy struck down. And look at this. This is the statue of Balthazar. It looks kind of badass, I have to admit. It looks awesome. But moving on, we find Prince Rurik talking to Ambassador Zane about, well, the crisis at hand. And from what we end up learning is that Ambassador Zane does want to help us, but the king does not want Kryta's help. There is some bad blood between Kryta and Ascalon, but Prince Rurik would like to, well, end such problems between the two humans, because Prince Rurik believes they need to band together in order for them to defeat the Charr. So he is trying to play the ambassador for the humans in order to, well, allow Kryta to help them, despite King Adalbern's want for, well, help. So Ambassador Zane ends up giving us a quest or two, as well as his assistant, in order to help where we can, such as delivering some supplies to the citizens, as well as taking care of a small little problem he is having, as well as his ambassador. So we are going to try our best in order to help them so that they can help us. I mean, like, look at this place. This place just looks crazy. It's just kind of like a whole vibe that this whole place gives off. I mean, look at this little bridge that you end up crossing. Meanwhile, this game feels so much bigger when you're really playing it. I mean, look at this. This world just is absolutely gigantic, and it's really fun to just sit there and run around and battle. Look at all the different types of enemies that I've got to fight. Like, this guy looks like a British guy back in the day. But I end up completing the quest. I talked to the ambassador Zane, and they're willing to help us out as much as they can. But this game has just blown me away with its storytelling. Like, I'm so interested to see what is going to happen with the Cretans and the Ascalonians. How are they going to end up working together? What's going to happen with the Battle of the Charr? There's so many different storylines that I want to follow. I don't really know what is the best thing to do, but I need to figure it out, and that's what I'm going to do. And right now, the game wants me to, well, help Duke Barradin resupply the front lines, because, man, they are struggling. But that is, well, something I'm going to have to do in order to follow along with the story. But the game blows me away so far with the compelling story, the very intriguing but yet fun gameplay, and the amazing gameplay loop, and the whimsical graphics in the world that is just being built. am just so eager to see what really goes on and what is left for me to really dive headfirst into. But thank you all for watching. I have been recording all of this gameplay on Twitch, so feel free to come watch me as I play along, and you can just see my experience firsthand. I have a lot of footage that I need to scour through and upload, but I hope that with each video, I hope to make it better. So please bear with me. This is the first of its kind. So I hope that over time, I can slowly make them better and better. I want this to be kind of an account or a recount of my journey playing the game from a new person's experience. So I hope that all of you are along with me in this journey. So I'm gonna keep uploading whether or not people watch it or not. So stay tuned if you at least want to see a new player go through Guild Wars 1. Thanks for watching.